Holland Perryman, who's our original Conroy Center intern, actually created the internship with me. She approached us when she was an ambitious 14-year-old with plans for an internship that at that point did not exist.
When Pat Conroy was in high school, when I was in 8th grade, we had to job shadow, and I job shadowed a writer, and she brought me here. And one of the things that I noticed was a bulletin board covered in notes. They were written by people to Pat Conroy, explaining how he changed their lives and how important his stories were. And that kind of validated this belief that I had that stories really did matter and that stories could change the world. So when I was in 9th grade trying to figure out who I wanted to be in high school and what I wanted to do, I kept coming back thinking I should do something with the center. So I asked for an interview for a job that didn't exist and sort of made one.
The kids are first and foremost educators. They work with me at public events like our annual Pat Conroy Literary Festival and our Camp Conroy summer camp that we do in partnership with the school district each summer as well.
I get to interview authors, write book reviews, help out at events, introduce authors, and then kind of just enjoy the experience.
I'm working on 2 projects in Beaufort. I'm doing the Story Walk project, and we're gonna put out books for kids to read out in different areas. And then I'm also a part of the Human Library project, in which like a human library is where someone gets to sit down with another person with a whole bunch of experiences and gets to talk to them about their experiences.
We get lots of free books to read, so I've been doing a lot of reading lately. And we help Mr. Haupt come up with questions for authors and organize events and get volunteers for the school.
They're just fearless. It's amazing. There seems to be nothing I can put in front of them that they cannot do. They exceed my expectations every single time.
I think that I've learned a lot about how you can build a community through storytelling and through book clubs and things like that, but also just how important it is to make a community in the first place, to decide something that you love and to run with it.
Doing interviews, it really helps with confidence, and being able to talk to people and talk to different people, it just helps. So being able to take that experience, to college where I can talk to my professors or different people with different backgrounds, it just helps understand it better with more, comprehension.
They're all part of an organization called DALO, Diversity Awareness Youth Literacy Organization, which is now the largest student organization at Beaufort High School. Holland created that in response to her Pat Conroy Literary Center internship experiences,
which is focused on cultivating a love for literature, celebrating the strength in diversity, and just the power of storytelling. So we get to do book clubs, we have authors come in and speak, we've collaborated with the center, and most recently we did a teddy bear picnic where we got to hang out with some of our younger kids in the district and enjoy reading with them.
The reason the Beaufort High School collaboration is so important is because Pat Conroy was a graduate of Beaufort High School. He attended there both his junior and senior years, and then after graduating from college at the Citadel, he came back to Beaufort, and he was a teacher at Beaufort High School for 2 years before going out to Defusky Island. So that school is very near and dear to Pat's story.
So many people felt such a personal connection with Pat Conroy, and that always blows my mind to hear how he transformed lives, even if he never knew the person. So it's pretty incredible.
So I really hope that the interns are learning the importance of not only working with a mentor, but becoming mentors themselves. Pat Conroy, after his first year of teaching at Beaufort High School, wrote this incredible letter to his former high school principal, Bill Delfert, just thanking him for the experience of inspiring him to become a teacher. And in that letter, Pat says, "This is immortality. What I have learned from you, I will pass on."
My family adores him, and we've been watching his movies, and I've got his books, and I'm excited to read them.
I'm always going to remember the perseverance. I think that both Mr. Haupt and Pat Conroy had this perseverance about them where they didn't quit. There was just like something came in the way and they got over it. And I think that just seeing it, not just hearing about other people like, oh yeah, I persevered, but actually seeing someone do it and knowing that someone actually went through it is so helpful, because it's like, I can do it too then.